welcome back to my channel. So I had posted previously my first time making homemade bread in like 3 or 4 years. And I was trying to do it from memory, kind of like, I don't really know what I was doing in a lot of that video, but I found another bread recipe that I really like. It's for sandwich bread, which is what I use it for, PB&J's, toast and jam, because I make jam now. And this bread recipe is way easier. I don't have to knead any of the dough. And the only thing that's tricky is you need a food scale and you need to weigh it by grams, because I tried it the other way and it didn't turn out good. So now I use my food scale. I've never used my food scale for baking, so this is a first. So I want to share this new bread recipe with you, and then I'll be giving you guys a little life update later on in this video, so stick with me.
So the first thing I do is I put the mixing bowl I'm using on the food scale and I measure out 8 grams of salt and 21 grams of sugar. I do the smaller ingredients first because if I go over, I can easily scoop it out and I can see where it's at. Once you put bread flour in, it kind of all gets lost because you need 440 grams of bread flour. And if you see my food scale like glitches and randomly says 460, and it's like, wait, what? And then I keep adding flour and then it goes back down to 200. I have no idea what that was. Now that the dry ingredients are done, I will be adding milk and water to this mixing cup. I need 125 grams of milk and then 174 grams of water. I'm using the water in my flask. It's filtered. It's just easier to pour from that because the water comes straight down to the cup compared to using my water pitcher from my refrigerator. It just runs down the side of it, so that's why I'm using this.
Okay, so I'm pouring the milk and water mixture into this pan. I'm going to heat it up to 100 degrees and then add the active dry yeast.
So I did heat my water and milk a little bit too hot, but the glass mixing cup is cold, so it usually cools it down. And now I have my active dry yeast. I got this from Azure Standard. 1 pound of active dry yeast from Azure Standard is the same price as the little glass jar from Walmart. So if you guys are interested in that, I will put Azure Standard's website in the description. So once you added about a tablespoon of active dry yeast, put a towel over it and let it sit for 10 minutes.
All right, guys, so while I wait on that, I'm still recovering from our vacation. We went on a 2-week vacation in Florida. It was so much fun, but it was also stressful in a sense that we're just like go, 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 go. That was our first time ever at a huge amusement park with the kids. That was really our first vacation ever. But everybody had a good time, and I would definitely recommend Universal Studios for anybody, really. My 4-year-old, she could ride a handful of rides. The 2-year-old could ride like a couple rides. But my 6-year-old, I think she is exactly 48 inches. She could ride almost every ride at the 2 parks, except for like 2 or 3 of them that were just like a little too aggressive. But we all had a really good time. Okay, so my yeast and water milk mixture is done. So here I'm just gonna mix this up. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then turn this on and slowly pour in the liquid.
I got this bread recipe off YouTube, Joshua Wiseman. I'll put his name in the description box. I also copied his cinnamon roll recipe, and I really like his recipes and his videos are pretty entertaining. So right here, while it's mixing, you just want to scrape the sides to make sure that it's all getting mixed together and mix it for about a minute. Then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of softened butter and just add 1 tablespoon at a time. The dough will start to separate or it'll just look really crazy, but just leave it alone, keep scraping the bottom and let it go for about 6 minutes. And once the 6 minutes is up, you'll take the dough out, put it on the counter and form it into a ball.
So I'm still not very good at like shaping this, but I know I do this. It's in a ball, right? And plop it in, then I just take the same towel, put it over, see you in an hour. Alrighty, it's been 1 hour. Look at this dough. So we punch it. I need some flour.
Okay, so there is a right and a wrong way to pull this dough out, I have learned. So you punched it down. We're gonna pull on the sides to get it loose from the bowl, and then the part you punched, you want on the flour. Don't flip it the other way, because that part is the ugly part. I only know this because I did it the other way, and I thought putting the punch down side on the flour would be the correct way because I just punched it. How could that turn out good in the oven? Well, I was wrong. So you just set down the dough, roll it, I think he said like 1/4 of an inch thick, and I don't really measure it. I just roll it until I guess I run out of counter space, which happens pretty quickly because my kitchen is tiny. Once you've got it rolled out, we're going to pick an end and just roll really tightly all the dough. I'm using my pinky fingers to kind of guide the outside in and like tuck it under. I'm like channeling burritos in my brain because that's what I do when I roll burritos. So you just roll it all the way down, and then once you've reached the end, you put the seam side down in a greased bread pan. And then you put the towel on it again, set your timer for an hour.
Okay, so we're outside so the kids can burn off energy. I let them eat candy, so they just need to be outside. So my husband, there's lots of trucks that go through also. Our neighborhood is very loud. So my husband's in the Marine Corps, and he got put on the HISS list in February of this year.
So I forgot to explain what the HISS list was. It's like a unique time in your Marine Corps career where you get selected to do something that isn't your normal job, which is recruiting, DI, which is drill instructor, or MSG. And I'm pretty sure MSG is just like embassy security. And that means you could work anywhere in the world.
And then we were like thinking, what is the best choice for his career? Should he stay in and do the HIST or get out? Because most people who get HISted for recruiting, and everyone says recruiting sucks. And what do you know? He got recruiting. So, hi Sophia. The pool's clean. So 2022, my husband will go to recruiting school for 3 months. They'll teach him how to be a recruiter, and then they will tell us where we're going to move after that. So pretty much for the next year, I will be stockpiling food still, and I'm going to try to make even more jams because I don't know where we're going to be moving. I don't know if there's going to be strawberry farms or raspberry farm or any type of berry picking farms. So I'm going to try to make as much jam as possible before we leave. And also, while making this video and trying to just like go about our day-to-day life, I realized I need a break from making videos. I know I was on kind of like a 2-week break for our vacation, but it wasn't enough. Because now that I'm home and I'm making this video, it's like, it's draining. I don't know, it's just like too much. So I think I'm either going to like take another week or 2-week break from making videos, or maybe I'll just make a video a week. And also my daughter is going into 1st grade and I'm homeschooling her, and this is my first time ever reporting to New York State, you know, everything that I need for that. So pretty much my husband got HISted. We're moving probably in a year. I'm homeschooling still, so maybe YouTube will take a back seat, maybe it won't, I don't know. Just be prepared for super inconsistent videos and posts, kind of like what it's been already. So thank you for listening to my little rant, and then I will check back on our bread in a bit, and then we would just need to put it in the oven, and then it's done. Alright guys, look at this bread. Woo! So I have my oven at 350 degrees. I set the timer for 35 minutes. And then it's done. Right now I'm still outside with the kids, messing around. I'm just cutting like sticks off our jungle. You know, my yard is just a jungle. There's bushes, there's weeds everywhere, everything's out of control. And so since I don't actually know what I'm doing landscaping wise, I just cut stuff, make a pile for the trash people to pick up, and that's about it. And that's about it. So I'll show you what my bread looks like once it's done, but that's about all the talking I'm gonna be doing. So I will just see you guys next time. Bye.
This bread looks way better than the last bread I made and showed you guys.